Yes, guys. Now we will revise chapter 6, which talks about deductions from gross total income. It is covered in chapter 6A, not chapter 6A as per our syllabus. Chapter 6A of Income Tax Act. Section 80C to 80U talks about deductions, guys. Sir, is everything covered? No, no, no. All sections are not a part of your intermediate syllabus, guys. So before we go through the sections, but before that, some clarification, some better understanding, guys. Chapter 6A contains deductions from gross total income under section 80C to 80U in respect of certain payments, investments, incomes, and other deductions. Deduction helps in reducing the taxable income. It decreases the overall tax liabilities and helps to save tax. So if associate plans it well, then he can reduce this tax liability legally, morally, ethically, not illegally. So we have already learned all this, guys. We will first compute the income under each head of income, and whenever any income is exempt under the respective head, claim it under that head only. Then if at all, if clubbing get attracted, it will always get attracted under the head other sources included. Then just now we finished set off and carry forward of losses. If at all, it depends on the treatment, whether it is intra or inter-head. Sir, if it is possible, adjust it under the respective head. Adjust it under the respective head. Then whatever figure we derive is called gross total income. From gross total income, assessee is eligible to claim deduction under section 80C to 80U, provided he is following optional regime. If he is following default regime, then only 3 deductions are available. Only 3 deductions, which I will cover it at the end of the head or at the end of the chapter. But illa sir, hagalla control mada, I cannot control, sir. I will specify it. CCD subsection 2, CCH subsection 2, and 80JJ double. 80JJ double A. Yes, only these 3 deductions are allowed. Rest all is blocked. Okay, sir. Once I claim all the deduction, whatever figure we get is called total income or taxable income. And this is the figure on which the assessee is liable to pay tax. Now, guys, how much deduction I can claim? The maximum deduction I can claim is gross total income. All section 80C to 80U put together. Assume I have a deduction of 20 lakh totally, but my gross total income is only 18 lakh. So my deduction is restricted to how much, guys? 18 lakh. I cannot claim chapter 6A deduction more than gross total income. More than gross total income. Sir, what if I don't have any gross total income? Nil. Then no deduction also. Sir, can I carry forward and claim it in the next year? No, no. You cannot. Okay. There are 2 types of deductions which I can claim from gross total income, guys. One is chapter 6A deduction. The other one is deduction under section 10AA. That is for the export business done in SEZ, Special Economic Zone. Yes, sir. And also, there is another set of deductions which I would have claimed under the respective head. Those are the expenses or deductions allowed only under the that head. Clear? Whereas there are 2 set of deductions which are claimed against gross total income. Which are those 2 set of deductions? Chapter 6A and 10AA. Both you can claim from gross total income. I have not mentioned 10AA here, but even 10AA you can claim from gross total income itself, guys. Okay, sir. As per section 80A, the aggregate amount of deduction shall not exceed the gross total income. As per section 88.2, the deduction from gross total incomes are available only to the assessees where the gross total income is a positive figure. Sir, what if by chance I have only loss? Can I claim deductions? No. Next, chapter 6A deductions cannot be claimed against. Keep it simple. Cannot be claimed against special incomes. Special incomes. What and all, sir? Any long-term gain or only short-term capital gain under section 111A. Sir, can I claim it on short-term capital gain on the transfer of land building? Can I claim? Yes. Why? It is not special. It is not special. I have told you only 3 gains, 3 short-term gains is special in nature. What are those? Short-term capital gain on the transfer of EFT. That's all. Next, coming to casual income taxable under section 115 BB and BBJ. Guys, even against undisclosed income which is covered under section 115 BBE, you cannot claim any chapter 6A deductions. You cannot claim any chapter 6A deductions, guys. Yes, but in the law, openly under deduction chapter, they would have not mentioned it. But in 15 BBE itself, they have told you cannot claim anything against undisclosed income. Okay, so next. As per section 80AB, deductions specified in chapter 6A under the heading C, deductions in respect of certain incomes shall be allowed only to the extent such income computed in accordance with the provisions of Income Tax Act 1961 is included in the gross total income calculation and the return of income is filed on or before the due date. Where is it given? In section 139 subsection 1. I spoke about it. Clear? Guys, in last chapter I spoke about it. Do you remember? If I have to carry forward the loss, I have to file my loss returns on or before the due date. Same condition is there even under the deduction chapter. If I want to claim any income-based deductions which are covered under heading C of chapter 6A, I have to file my returns within the due date. Only then I can claim it. Sir, what if I file belated return? Tata bye bye to deductions. Chapter 6 says heading C deductions. What is heading C deductions? Income based deductions, guys. Income based deductions. If you want me to show, I will just show you the list. Just a minute. Yes, you can see these are the section. This just it is not there in the revision material. Don't worry. But is it so important from exam point of view? No, because all these sections are not a part of your syllabus. Only few are there. Heading C includes what and all sections are. Just have a look into it. ATIA, IAB, IC, IB, IBA, IE, JJA, JJAA, LA, M, P, PA, QQBRR, B. If you have any deductions under these sections, first what should you do is first include it in your total income calculation. Under the respective head, first include it. Then come and claim deduction. And these deductions you can claim under heading C only if you have filed your returns within the due date. What if I have filed a belated return? As I told you, no deductions under heading C. Sir, ATC can I claim? Yes. Even if you are filing belated return, can I claim ATC? Yes. Why? ATC is not a part of heading C. Got it? ಏನೇನೋ ಸಿ ಸರ್ I know only one C, beach. Coming to sections, I have tried to simplify it as much as possible, guys. Deduction chapter is lengthy actually, but in your regular classes and all, you would have learnt it in detail, especially ATC. Sumne torstin trailer. ATC. What all items are there, sir? See, ATC starts from here. A to X. A to X. All these items put together, maximum is how much? 1,50,000. There are number of deductions available under section 80C. All that put together, how much maximum? 1,50,000. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆ 80cc. One more super speed breaker is there, which we will see. Deductions under chapter 6K. First, ATC available only for individual HUF. Deduction is for what and all? Life insurance premium, deposit into PPF, that is Public Provident Fund, Statutory Provident Fund, Recognized Provident Fund, Sukanya Samruddhi account opened in the name of girl child, pension fund set up by any mutual fund, FD for minimum 5 years, senior citizen savings scheme, tuition fee, principal repayment of housing loan, principal. Interest is allowed under section 24B, year principal. But here lot of conditions are there. Stamp duty registration fees, that is we call it as investment or deposit or contributions made. What is the maximum deduction? 1,50,000. See, students, while studying, you guys would have felt difficult with this chapter. So many sections, so many limit and all. Bare minimum, you have to remember whatever I have given here. Minimum, you have to remember all this. Which section covers what? Maximum deduction, how much? Especially maximum deduction, because they will target it there only. Assume for this ATC, they will give something total 180. You should know. You write 180, but restricted to 150. In the amount column, you will put 151. In the amount column, you will put 150 only, guys. Yes. When we are doing total income questions and all, you will understand how the questions would be framed and because may not be, you cannot expect a separate question only on deduction. If at all, if they ask, might be MCQ or even in descriptive, maybe 4 marks question. But in total income question, 1 or 2 adjustment will be there, guys. Will be there. Okay, which section? We also don't know. Chalo, let us be prepared for it. Next, ATCCC available only for individual contribution to pension funds of LIC or any insurer approved by IRDAI, that is Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. Maximum is 150. Then ATCCD, guys, something important about ATCCD is contribution to NPS is allowed as deduction under section ATCCD, but for both employee as well as employer contribution. Sir, what if assessee himself has opened it privately? He can claim deduction only for his contribution. Whereas for PF and all, employer contribution is taxable under the head salary, but up to certain limits it is exempt. For example, RPF and all up to 12% exempt. Even statutory provident fund fully exempt. And for employee contribution, deduction is available under section ATC, whereas NPS is a bit different. First, add employer contribution under the head salary. Then come and claim deduction for both employee contribution as well as employer contribution under section 80 CCD. Cafe Coffee Day Allah. CCD NPS. ATCCD subsection 1 individual employee or assessee contribution to national pension scheme of the government NPS, or we also call it as Atal Pension Yojana. Deduction is how much? 10% of salary or 20% of gross total income for self-employed. Even self-employed can open this, sir? Yes. Next, guys, all these three put together, they told maximum deduction is 1,50,000. Who told, sir? Section 80CC. 80CCE. But please be careful. These two sections are outside the 80CCE. Now, 80CCD subsection 1B individual. For whom it is applicable? Individual. For assessee contribution, he can already claim here. But over and above that, he can claim another 50. Bonus. 1B is for bonus 50,000. 1B is for bonus 50,000, guys. Okay, so. Next, ATCCD subsection 2 is a second party contributing. Correct? First party is who? Assessee only. Second party is whom? Employer. So, subsection 2. Contribution by central or state government to NPS account of its employees. Employer contribution. How much? 14% of salary if it is a government employer. Next, for others, other employer, it is 10% of salary, but there is a small amendment here. If employee is following default regime, then he can enjoy 14% of salary. Please be careful. Deduction is given for whose contribution? Employer. But they're telling employee if he is following default regime, then he can claim how much? 14%. Sir, what if employee is following optional regime? Then only 10%. Whereas if government is the employer, guys, no matter which scheme the assessee is following or the employee is following, what is the deduction for employer contribution? 14%. 14%. Next, CCH. This is Agnipath scheme. Applicable for individual who is called Agnivir. Assessee contribution and central government contribution both can be claimed as deduction without any limit. But for both, guys, CCD subsection 2 as well as CCH, employer contribution should be first added to salary income, then come and claim deduction. Then come and claim the deduction. Guys, easy to remember ATC series. I care for my future. That is why I am making investments today. In order to take care of myself or in order to be independent after my retirement. It is all about investments. Clear? So, Here, ATC series talks about the investment-based deductions, guys. Investment-based deductions. Next, ATD series. ATD. ATD, especially most of them get confused, guys. Let us try to simplify it as much as possible. ATD, applicable for only individual and HF. Deduction is in respect of two things: medical insurance premium and medical expenditure. But the same person cannot claim both. Cannot claim both, either premium or expenditure. Because when you have a health insurance policy in your name, obviously, if there is any medical emergency, who will take care of the expenditure? Insurance company. Insurance company. Yes, sir. Chalo, guys, we will see. There are two category of people here. Two category of people. First, two category of deduction. One is medical insurance premium. The other one is medical expenditure. Under that, there are two category of people. First, associate and family. Associate and family covers whom, sir? First bullet point you see there. Family means spouse and dependent children in case of individual. And in case of HUF, any member of HUF, guys. Okay, sir. Parents means both father, mother, who is dependent on the individual. Now, medical insurance premium, if it is paid for associate and family, what is the maximum deduction? 25,000. For parents, that is father, mother, both put together, 25,000. But if any of them are senior citizen, that to resident senior citizen, then instead of 25, it would be 50, guys. It would be 50. At least one person in the group should be senior. May not be everyone. At least one person in the group is senior. Okay, so now in this 25 or 25 or even 50, up to 5,000 can be spent for preventive health checkup. And for preventive health checkup, you can pay it in cash. Whereas premium cannot be paid in cash. If you pay it in cash, no deduction. No deduction, guys. Yes. Now observe. Now listen. You guys answer me. Now, sir, for associate and family, everyone are less than 60. I am paying a premium of 30,000. Parents, father is senior, mother is not senior. I am paying a premium of 60. Year 30, there 60. How much deduction I can claim? How much deduction I can claim? 25 plus 50, 75. 25 plus 50, 75. Hope you understood. Now, sir, plus some more is there, sir. For example, year 6,000 is paid for preventive health checkup. Year 10,000 is paid for preventive health checkup. Can I claim both? No. Maximum is 5. Both put together. Maximum 5. Both put together. But listen here. 25 or 50 already includes preventive health checkup also. Let me give a different example now. Assume I have paid 20,000 plus 5,000 for preventive health checkup here. Everyone are less than 60. Then here, my father is senior citizen, so I have paid 40 plus 6,000 for preventive health checkup. What is the deduction I can claim? What is the deduction I can claim? Better take preventive health checkup here only. You have a benefit 25 plus 40. 25 plus 40. Sir, can I take 45 here also? Yes, actually number will remain same only. 45 plus 20. 45 plus 20. Or else 25 plus 40. Same way. Means, sir, can I claim 5,000 preventive health checkup for both? No. Both put together, maximum is 5. Maximum is 5. Sir, I have spent only 3,000 for preventive health checkup. Only 3. Only 3, guys. Okay, sir. This is for medical insurance. Now coming to medical expenditure. Guys, when it comes to medical expenditure, keep very simple. It is allowed only if the patient, who? Patient is a resident senior citizen, aged 60 or more, not associate. Treatment is given for spouse, she should be a resident senior citizen. Treatment is given for parents, they should be senior citizens. Clear? Treatment is taken for assessee himself, he should be senior. Okay. And in the patient name, there should not be medical insurance policy or health insurance policy, because you would have taken the benefit here. Now you may also ask, sir, insurance company normally will not pay fully. No, sir. Balance, can I come and claim here? No, no. They are very clear. If you have policy in the name of patient, no deduction for medical expenditure. Okay. So when is the medical expenditure is allowed, guys? For the patient who doesn't have health insurance policy and who is resident senior citizen. How much, sir? For associate and family, 50. For parents, 50. Both put together. Okay, means for associate and family, both put together, 50. For parents, 50. So 50 plus 50, sir? Yes. So condition you can see. Deduction is only for resident senior citizens. The patient, I have mentioned in the bracket, who should be the senior citizen? Because students will wrongly take it. In the question, they will start because aged so and so, 45. Okay, not actually 45. Aged 45. And the medical treatment is given for his father who is 65. And expenditure is 40. Students will think, oh no, Vikas sir is not a senior, so no deduction for medical expenditure. Anta. Who should be senior? Patient. On whom medical insurance policy is not taken, guys. Okay, so next. One more twist is there. Listen. I will just give an example. Guys, assume I am senior. My spouse and children are not senior. I have taken policy in their name. How much deduction I can claim here? 25. And I am senior. I don't have any policy in my name. We have incurred some medical expenditure. And I can claim how much deduction here? 50. Agree na? Yes. So can I claim 25 plus 50? No. For both put together, there is one restriction. Premium as well as medical expenditure put together for one category. Maximum deduction is 50. Maximum deduction is 50. Let me give one more example. Listen. Sir, my mother is covered here, 25. Or else assume she is senior citizen, we have a policy in her name. What is the maximum deduction I can claim? 50. And my father, we don't have insurance premium in his name, he is senior. I am incurring some medical expenditure. What is the deduction I can claim? 50. So 50 plus 50, 1 lakh I can claim? No. Both put together, they have restricted it to 50,000. They have restricted it to 50,000 guys. Hope you guys got this point. You can observe the maximum deduction under the second bullet. The maximum deduction under this section is 50,000 for assessee and his family and 50,000 for parents. In case of preventive health checkup, up to 5,000 payment may be made in cash. In any other case, that is whether it is premium or medical expenditure, it should be paid in any mode other than cash. 80D done. DD stands for dependent disabled. Sir, I am taking care of a dependent person who is suffering from disability. Then lottery. I can claim deduction, flat deduction of 75,000 irrespective of actual expenditure. If the dependent is suffering from severe disability, 80% or more almost gone but not gone. In that case, 1,25,000. ಯಾರೋ ನಿಮ್ಮನೇಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ. ಮತ್ತೇನು ಹಂಗ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಗುಸು ಗುಸು. 1,25,000. Guys, listen here. My dependent is disabled, not me. And he is dependent on me. We are using the name dependent. Sir, what if that guy is independent? Then for him, 80U is there. If assessee himself is disabled, himself can claim deduction for himself. Under which section? 80U. How much, sir? Same amounts. Normal disability, 75,000. Severe disability, 1,25,000. 1,25,000. Got it? You have to get it. Next, DD and U study together, guys. You can write here, red with section EDU. And sir, if assessee himself is disabled and if he is claiming deduction under section 80U, can someone else claim for him under 80DD? No. One more thing. When I am taking care of disabled, I have also taken life insurance policy in this person's name. And during his life, that is during his tenure, I would have enjoyed the benefit, na? Yes, 75 or 125. If he dies, policy matures. and assume I am receiving the amount. Is it taxable for me? Yes. 1010D exemption is not available for it. 1010D exemption is not available for the life insurance policy which matures, which is taken in the name of a person who is suffering from disability, dependent on the assessee. Oh. Next, 80DDB. Resident individual and HF. Only resident individual and HF. See, some section tells individual, some section tells resident individual. You can observe here and all. They just told individual. That means any individual can claim, whether resident or non-resident. Whereas here, only resident individual and HF. Medical treatment of specified disease for assessee and dependents. What is specified disease and all? You need not worry. It is given in the rules. How much is the deduction, sir? 40,000, or if the patient is senior citizen or super senior citizen, then instead of 40,000, it is 1 lakh. But if any amount is recovered from insurance company or employer, we have to reduce to that extent, guys. We have to reduce to that extent. Okay, sir. And 80D series also easy to remember, guys. Sir, I am scared of some diseases, sir. Now, especially we have to be very conscious for the health. So I am scared of any diseases, sir. That is when we take health insurance policy, or even we will incur the medical treatment when there is a disease or when there is any problem. I am scared of doctor. I am scared of doctor. That is when 80D, DD or DDB. ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಂತ ಭಯ. Next, 80E series. E series is all about interest. E starts with E only. But interest, you can see. Interest spells like E. Clear? Sounds like E. Try to remember like that. So E, interest on education loan. Easy to remember. E for interest on education loan. Only interest is allowed. Sir, how much, sir? How much ever? But maximum for 8 years. But it should be taken for higher education after senior secondary. That is after +2. For any higher education in India. Sir, I am going to foreign, sir, to do MBA, that to this. So I have taken loan. No. Can I claim interest on that? No. Only it should be done. The education has to be done in India. Then 80EEA, as on today, dummy, but if loan is taken in the past, can the assessee claim deduction even today for interest? Yes. Individual can claim additional deduction for housing loan borrowed between 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2022 for acquisition or construction of residential house property. How much, sir? 1,50,000 in addition to 24B. 24B, we already have 2 lakh plus 150 here. But please be careful, loan has to be taken only between those dates. And there are few more additional conditions telling stamp duty value should be within this much limit and all. Guys, please be careful. Sir, it is already outdated. Why are you teaching us? If assessee is taken the loan during that time, even today he can claim deduction. But if he take loan today, no deduction under this section. Then EEB, individual. Interest on loan taken for the purchase of electric vehicle. Assume bus. EEB. Okay, na? During 1st April 19 to 31st March 2023. What is the maximum deduction? 1,50,000. Next, G. G is for givers. Takers eat well, givers sleep well. Anta. One saying is there. So whoever is the givers, they can claim deduction under section 80G series. 80G especially, googly. Who can claim deduction here? Any assessee. Donation to certain funds, charitable institution, etc. Not more than 2,000 in cash. If you give it in cash, no deduction. Up to 2,000, can I give it in cash? Up to 2,000, can I give it in cash? Yes, but not more than 2,000. Yes. Sir, how much is the deduction? Depends on the purpose and category. There are 4 category. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. We will learn about. I will give some illustrations and explain it. First, let us finish other 80G series. GG. Kya ji? GG. Who can claim deduction here? Individual. For rent paid. Sir, rent paid we saw 1013A. No, sir. That is only when you are receiving HRA allowance. Sir, what if I am a self-employed or my employer conjuice fellow not giving HRA allowance, but I am paying rent? Go and claim deduction under section 80GG. But you cannot claim both. Sir, I am claiming 1013A exemption for rent paid. Can I claim 80GG also? No, no. So it is only for those who are not claiming 1013A, guys. Least of the following is exempt. Sorry, allowed as deduction. Actual rent paid minus 10% of adjusted total income, or 25% of adjusted total income, or 5,000 per month. That is totally 60,000 per annum. Sir, here adjusted total income means what, sir? Gross total income of the assessee, or take total income, deduct all deductions under chapter 6A except 80GG. Then remove capital gains special income. Capital gains special income. Whatever figures we get is called the adjusted total income, guys. Then GGA. Guys, this we would have already covered under the 8PGPP. Assessee can claim deduction under the 8PGPP provided he has business or profession. Sir, I am contributing, sir, but I don't have any business, sir. Then what, sir? I can claim deduction under section 80JJ GGA, not JJ, GGA. Any assessee can claim who is not having PGPP income. Certain donations for scientific research, social science or statistical research, or rural development or national urban poverty eradication fund. Amount of deduction is 100% of amount contributed, but it should not be more than 2,000 in cash. Next, GGB and GGC, political party. Political party. If Indian companies have given any contribution to political party or electoral trust, they can claim 100% of donation as deduction. Whereas any other assessee, if they have given donation to political party or charitable trust, political parties or electoral trust, they can claim deduction under section 80 GGC, 100% of the amount contributed. Both the sections are telling you cannot give anything in cash, not even 2,000, not even 500, you can give it in cash. What if you give? No deduction, that's all. No deduction. Yes. Now coming to 80G. Guys, under 80G, we should see for what purpose the donation is made. There are 4 set of donations covered or category covered. Category A, B, C and D. Let me just discuss that with just a minute. You can just have a look into categories I am displaying. First category, number of things are covered, guys. Lot of things are covered. Everything related to national or the government or the prime ministers. B category, only one, prime minister draft relief fund. Then C, any sum or to government or any approved local authority, institution or association to be utilized for the purpose of promoting family planning. Next, any sum paid by the assessee being a company, C for company, in the previous year as donation to Indian Olympic Association or to any other association established in India and notified by central government for development of infrastructure for sports and games or sponsorship of sports and games in India. C category. Then D category, donation to government or any approved local authority, institution or association to be utilized for any charitable purpose other than promoting family planning, because promoting family planning is covered under C category. Next, donation to notified temple, mosque, gurudwara, church or any other place notified by the central government to be of historic or artistic importance for renovation or repair of such place. Next, donation to any corporation established by the central or state government for the promoting interest of the members of minority interest or minority community. Contribution to any authority set up for providing housing accommodation or town planning. Any other fund or institution which is covered under this section. Yes, sir. Guys, how much is the deduction? You can just have a look into what all is covered under A. If you are contributed to any purpose covered under category A, 100% you can claim without any limit. If you are contributed for the purpose covered under B category, Whatever you have contributed, 50% of that you can claim it as deduction. Then C, 100% subject to limit. D, 50% subject to limit. What exactly is that limit, sir? Look, I have given various cases. Just have a look into it, because this is the section where students will get confused. That is why I'm just going little detail about it. Case 1, guys. Amount contributed under each category, 1 lakh I have contributed. Yes, sir. Percentage of deduction is how much? 150, 150. But for this 150, we have some limit. So how much deduction I can claim for A and B? A full 1 lakh, B 50%, which is coming to 50,000. Easy, sir. Done with that. Coming to C and D, check the aggregate. What is the aggregate? 2 lakh. Can I claim full 2 lakh? No. Compare that with 10% of adjusted total income. Adjusted total income means what, guys? The total income of the assessee after all the deductions from chapter 6A except ATG, and remove all capital gains special income, if at all, if it is a part of your total income. Okay. That figure is called adjusted total income. Assume that is 15 lakh. 10% of that will come to how much, guys? 1.5 lakh. What is the aggregate amount of deduction? Aggregate amount of contribution? 2 lakh. Compare that with 1.5 lakh. Whichever is lower comes to 1.5 lakh. Now allocate 1.5 lakh. Full, how much per C? Full 1 lakh you give. Remaining is how much? 50,000. Give 50% of that to D. 50,000 into 50% to D category. Okay. So what is the total deduction I can claim, sir? 1 lakh, 50, 1 lakh and another 25. So total comes to 275. 275. Second case. Only I have changed adjusted total income as. Adjusted total income is 25 lakh. 10% of that comes to 2.5 lakh. Aggregate of C and D is 2 lakh. Compare that with 2.5 lakh. Whichever is lower, 2 lakh. Out of 2 lakh, first allocate it to C category, full 1 lakh. Full 1 lakh. Allowed. Remaining is how much? 2 minus 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Can I claim full 1 lakh? No, only 50% of it. Comes to 50,000. So what is the total deduction? 1 plus 50 plus 1 plus 50, 3 lakh. Next, I have changed the adjusted total income to be 8 lakh. Rest all remains same. 8 lakh into 10% comes to 80,000 guys. 80,000 or 2 lakh, whichever is lower, 80,000. Now allocate it. First allocate it for which category? C. C has total contribution of how much? 1 lakh. But our amount is coming only to 80. So allocate entire 80 to C. Nothing to D. 3 namas for D. So what is the total deduction? 150 plus 80, 230. 230. August. This is all about ATG deduction, guys. Let us move forward. Now, deduction in respect of certain incomes. These are income-based deductions, guys. First, ATJJAA. Actually, ATJJAA is not an income-based deduction, but it is given under heading C. It is given under heading C. Here, the deduction is for the salary paid for the new regular workman appointed by the assessee who is engaged in manufacturing business. So, whoever new regular workman he appoints during the previous year, for whatever salary they pay for them, 30% of that is allowed as additional deduction. You would have claimed already 100% in PGBP head. Here, 30% you can claim for 3 continuous years. So, totally how much deduction you will get? 190%. If you pay 100 rupees salary for new regular workman, you will get 190 deduction. 100 under PGBP, 30, 30, 30 for 3 years under the head, under section ATJJW. Okay, sir. Next, QQB and RRB gives deduction for royalty income. QQB is for resident individual who has a royalty income of author or joint author of any book other than textbook. Any book other than textbook. Easy to remember, guys. In books, normally questions would be there. Okay, they have told any book other than textbook, but consider like that. In books, normally question is there. So QQB. Then coming to RRB. Royalty income of patentee who is registered as a true and first inventor in respect of Invention. Okay, sir, I have registered as what? Inventor. So for me, deduction is under section 80 RRP. Okay, because I have a right over my invention. Okay. For both, deduction is how much? Maximum 3 lakh, 3 lakh. Then TTA and TTB. Even this is important because most of the total income question will have this guys. TTA is available one for any individuals or HUF maximum 10,000. This is for interest on savings account deposit with bank, cooperative society or post office. How much maximum? 10,000. Next, guys, please be careful if post office, in post office, if I have savings deposit, then along with the TTA, there is one more exemption available. What is it? 10, 15. I have mentioned this when I was covering income from other sources, guys. Okay, sir. Next, 80 TTB is only for resident senior citizen who is having interest income maximum is how much? 50,000. This is on any interest, huh? Yes. Interest on any deposit, including FD and RD. No, need not be savings always. With whom? Bank, cooperative society or post office. What is the maximum amount of deduction? 50. Sir, if I am a senior citizen, can I claim both 50 as well as 10? No, you cannot. So if you are a senior, go and straight away claim under TTB. If you are not a senior, then you can claim under TTA. But please be careful, TTA gives only for savings account interest. ATU we have already covered. Now, sir, all these deductions we discussed. What if the assessee is following default scheme under section 115 BAC? For them, every deduction is blocked except 3. Only 3 deductions are allowed under chapter 6A. What are those, sir? CCD subsection 2, employer contribution to NPS. CCH subsection 2, employer contribution to Agnivir Corpus Fund or Agnipath scheme. Please be careful, only employer contribution. Sir, what about employee contribution? No deduction. Then one more is ATJJAA. That is for the salary paid to new regular workman. Sir, what if resident cooperative society is following the optional scheme given for them under section 115 BAD or BAE? They can claim only one deduction. What is it? ATJJAA. Sir, what about CCD subsection 2 and CCH subsection 2? That is anyway not available for cooperative societies. That is anyway not available for cooperative societies, guys. Okay. Then coming to the last item here, deduction under section 10AA. It is deduction and not exemption. Guys, this is for the unit which is operating in SEZ. From their export business, whatever profits they have earned, they can claim deduction for the first 15 years. For the first 5 years, 100% of their eligible profit. Next 5 years, that is from 6th to 10th, 50% of their eligible profit. Then from 11th to 15th year, 50% of their eligible profit or the amount transferred to special economic zone reinvestment reserve, whichever is lower. 50% of eligible profit or the amount transferred to reserve, whichever is lower. Yes, sir. What is it exactly? We will see. An entrepreneur who has begun or begins to manufacture or produce articles or things or provide services in special economic zone between 1st April 2005 to 31st March 2020. It has to be begun manufacturing between these dates. If they have started, can they claim even after 31st March 2020 deductions? Yes. First 15 years. Assume I have started in 19. Can I claim only for 1 year or 15 years? 15 years. I can claim it. They are telling you should start before this date. Can I claim even after this date? Yes. I should make noise more than that. Section 10AA provides deduction to assessee who derive any profits and gains from export of articles or things or services, including computer software, subject to fulfillment of prescribed conditions. So 10AA deduction is only for those who are engaged in export business, guys. Then the period of deduction is as follows. First, you calculate profit eligible. How do we calculate profit eligible? Take total profit of SEZ unit. Calculate how much of that is attributable for export business. How do I calculate it, sir? total profit divided by total turnover into export turnover. What do you get? Export profit or profit from export business. Now take that. For the first 5 years, you can claim 100% of eligible profits. For the next 5 years, means from 6th to 10th year, 6th to 10th year, 50% of the eligible profit. Then for the last 5 years, that is from 11 to 15, 50% of the eligible profit or the amount transferred to reserve, whichever is lower. And they have also put a condition for whatever amount is been transferred to reserve, you have to use it to purchase new plant and machinery and all. Immediately after claiming 15 years deduction, you cannot run away from SEZ. You have to reinvest into the business and expand your operation in SEZ only. That is what the condition is. Okay. What is the amount of deduction? Amount as computed above or the gross total income, whichever is lower. Because this is the deduction which we claim from where? Gross total income. Guys, this is the deduction only for your eligible profit from SEZ unit. Now, whatever profit you have earned from your business, include it under the head PGBP first. Then comment, sir, I have business even in domestic area, sir, that is other than SEZ. Should I include that also under the head PGBP? Yes. But come and claim 10AA deduction only for eligible profits. From where? Gross total income, guys. Then a note, freight, telecommunication charges and insurance expenses attributable to the delivery of the articles or things outside India or expenses incurred in foreign exchange for rendering services including computer software outside India are to be excluded both from export turnover as well as total turnover. So while calculating both these turnovers, we have to exclude freight, telecommunication charges and insurance expenses, guys. Now, sir, what if the assessor is following default scheme under section 115 BAC? For him, 10AA is not at all allowed. Not at all allowed, guys. So this is all about deductions chapter, guys.